My people, welcome back to Trending Gist Room. Kemi Badenoch is not backing down from this bass boost between her and the Nigerian government. This time she's taking on the Nigerian police. She did not hold back as she shared a troubling experience where she claimed that during her time in Nigeria, the police robbed her family. Yes, you heard that right, robbed. She recounted how Nigerian officers stole her brother's shoes and watch, painting a grim picture of a system meant to protect but instead preys on its citizens. What's interesting is how Nigerians are reacting to her comments. Some are applauding her for highlighting the level of police corruption and brutality, a reality many Nigerians endure daily. Others, however, feel she's leveraging these narratives to distance herself from Nigeria, especially since this is not her first controversial comment about Nigeria. Let's not forget the bigger issue here: police misconduct in Nigeria, from extortion at checkpoints to cases like NSAS that sparked global protests. Kemi's anecdote taps into a well-known problem. Her remarks might sting, but they shine a spotlight on the critical issue. Now, here is my question to you. Are Kemi's comments fair criticism, or do you think she's going too far? Let me know in the comments. But before you watch the full video, please don't forget to subscribe to Trending Gist Room, hit the like button and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our trending stories.
Use them to try and destroy us.
Do you trust the British police?
I do. But remember, my experience with the police in Nigeria was very negative, and coming to the UK, my first experience with the police was very positive. The police in Nigeria would rob us. So when people say, "Oh, I had this bad experience with the police because I'm black and they're white," I was like, "Well, I remember the police stole my brother's shoes and his watch."
His shoes?
Yeah, they took his shoes and his watch. It's a very poor country, so people do all sorts of things, and giving people a gun is just a license to intimidate. But that's not the bar we should use for British police. Obviously, it should be much higher. But my experience was so positive. When I was burgled, for example, the police were there, very helpful. They eventually caught the persons. It's 2004, so 20 years ago, the police did catch criminals, and now we've given them too much to do, in my view. So the police are the first line of defense for everything, and I think that burden makes it a lot harder for them to actually do the basics, and that's another thing that we need to look at. Not to have any more, and I've kept it so well.
Do you believe in God?
Not anymore. But I am not an atheist. I am agnostic. I used to believe very much, but now I describe myself as a cultural Christian.
Do you think the world is better when people either believe in God or act as if God is real?
I don't think it matters so much. It matters what they do with the belief or the lack of belief.
Do you think the US still has what it takes to lead the free world?
Yes, of course.
What is your order at McDonald's if you eat at McDonald's?
Always breakfast and a bacon and egg McMuffin.
You get compared to Margaret Thatcher a lot. Do you like the comparison?
Not all the time, but she's a hero or heroine of mine. So it's very flattering, but it's also quite heavy. And she's a different person. I admire her, but I want people to recognize that I'm not a pastiche of this person.
Nigerians, you see, you guys never cease to amaze me. Like, it's the way we think, and sometimes we're so entitled that is really, really unbelievable. Like, how do you people wake up every day and just want to claim things that you did not build, you did not grow, you did not know what, anyhow, something that you didn't invest in? I don't understand it. So all of a sudden we woke up one morning and it is Kemi Badenoch, the British Conservative, that's the opposition party in Britain, the current leader, who is British but with a Nigerian origin. Suddenly it is that woman that everybody is carrying on her head now. You people are now running helter-skelter, shouting, "Hey, she's not identified as a Nigerian." How? Like, make me understand how that is even supposed to be a conversation. From where to where? No, let's talk about it. So, Kemi was born in the UK, but she spent 16 part of her life in Nigeria up until she was 16. And then she went back to the UK. And she's lived in the UK her entire life, her entire investment. Everything that this woman knows is the UK. It's everything that she knows. There's nothing else that she has done in Nigeria here that says, she owes us anything. No, at all. Everything. As a matter of fact, I dare any of you, 9 out of every 10 Nigerians did not know she existed until recently, when news about her started going around in the UK as per becoming the conservative leader. What that means is that she could easily, anytime soon be the prime minister of the UK. And all of a sudden, Nigerians are all over the place trying to claim the woman. Oh, this and that. And the woman says, no, I don't know you people. And it is a fact. She doesn't know you guys. She's invested all her life and time in the UK, and she's become what she has become. And you people say, oh no, you're our own. We have to own you. I don't get it. How is that supposed to be a conversation? I don't understand it. Before now, did anybody know that Kemi existed? Oh, if you knew, then it's probably because you had interest in what's happening in the UK. So a lot of us, there are so many people that I'm talking about right now that don't know who that is. And then you have your whole vice president yapping his mouth all over the place. Okay, what's your business? Face your own nonsense that people are doing here. People are busy doing rubbish here, but you're worried about what Kemi said about Nigerians. Okay, how? Me, I'm not offended. I am not. You people are just trying to pour Sansan in her gari. You're not doing things and making her look as if she's some horrible person. She's not. If she was horrible, she wouldn't be leading the opposition party in the UK now. So people are just going all over the place. Kemi said this. Kemi said Nigerians are this. She said she's Yoruba. She does not identify with northern Nigeria, with Boko Haram. How is that supposed to be offensive? Is that not the same thing that we do inside this country? Everybody is demarcating where he comes from. Didn't we clearly do this thing when we're electing you people as government officials in this election period? Didn't you people demarcate it according to religion? Didn't we do select in Lagos? Was it not because of religion and separating ourselves that we went to go and vote and said, oh, Igbo people cannot blah 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 in Lagos? So now Kemi says she's Yoruba. You people are all over the place shouting and disturbing people. Can you people just pack well? Leave this woman alone. She's about to achieve something great in her life. Has nothing to do with us. You people did not invest anything in her life. As a matter of fact, you made life worse for her. That was why she ran away and left this country. Now she's becoming great, and the vice president has something to say about that. I beg, people should pack well. What kind of rubbish is that? If people were doing the work that you're doing, would you have time to be? You think that we will not be there? If Nigeria was doing great, who would be denying Nigeria? People are just bunch of unserious people. We pay attention to things that don't make sense. We want to, it's Kemi now that we want to go and we're talking about. I said, no, leave her alone. The vice president of Nigeria, did you at any point decided, oh, let's go and visit this woman, or let's even invite her to come to Nigeria on an official capacity? No, you have not done that. But you are doing a whole press conference talking to people and telling them what she has said. No, don't do that. And we're good at doing this thing in Nigeria. We never know where people are. We don't invest anything in them. We don't say anything to them. And then all of a sudden, when they become successful, oh, it is Nigeria, it's our own. Your own how? That's an entitlement mentality. Don't get it twisted. She leave the woman alone. She does not identify with Nigeria. That should pain you. You want people to identify with you? Fix this nation. Do it right. Be better. Don't come and sit down and want to put Sansan in the woman's gari. Now you have people all over the place now talking about how she's denouncing her origin. If I was the one, I would do the same. Let's not get it twisted. So for everybody that thinks that this woman owes Nigeria anything, she doesn't. If she becomes the prime minister of the UK, history is on her side. If she wants to do business with Nigeria, it will be because she represents a nation that needs Nigeria, not because she's a Nigerian. Guys should just relax.
Why is it that Nigerians don't like hearing the truth? There is nothing Kemi Badenoch has said about Nigeria that is not true. When I was in Nigeria, I was kidnapped by the police in Abuja, myself and my brother, in the heart of Abuja, in Wuse 2. In Wuse 2, I was kidnapped. And these guys said, oh, well, you know that they've spoken to the Alga in the night, in the dead of the night. They drove us around the suburbs, the suburban areas of Abuja. They threw us into the trunk. I actually struggle with anxiety and and claustrophobia. They threw me into the trunk of the car, myself and my younger brother. They harassed us. They told us that they could kill us, nothing will happen. They forcefully took our ATM cards from us, went and used POS, and we drew how much? Over 500,000 naira. In fact, they took my AirPods. What are you guys talking about? Like, why is it that we are a very sentimental people? The Nigerian government, the Nigerian leadership is very poor. The Nigerian government is bad. Nigerians need help. Why? I understand. I might understand the political reasons why people do not like Kemi, but she's saying the truth. And I love the fact that she's saying the truth on a global platform so that people will see Nigeria for what Nigeria is. And by the way, when I talk about Nigeria, I'm not talking about Nigerians. Nigerians are great people, but we have a very ugly, impish set of political leaders. See, that night when I was in the trunk of that Toyota Matrix and all of these things were happening, I was with my pill, my anxiety pill, and I wanted to take my anxiety pill. And one of the policemen stopped me and he said, you think you want to commit suicide here? You know, it'll be here where you go commit suicide. By the way, that's just one of my encounters. Have I also told you guys that a soldier in Nigeria, an army man in Nigeria, has actually said to me, we were actually in a bus, we were going to Abuja by road. That was many years ago. And something happened. Anyway, long story short is that he said to us that I can shoot you here and kill you and nothing will happen. And do you know what's funny? You might think that the threat is actually empty. Nothing will happen. If an army man shoots you in Nigeria, if a policeman shoots you in Nigeria, nothing will happen because they can frame you for being a thief. They can frame that you had drugs or, you did something. It is ridiculous. After that experience in Nigeria, I palpitate. I'm always suffering heart palpitations whenever I see the police. Because the police in Nigeria can the police in Nigeria can bully you just because you look good. How did you get the money to buy this phone? They've carried my friend. They've arrested my friend who's a music producer because he had a laptop. What do you mean by you're a music producer? What's that? The police in Nigeria are one of the most uneducated in the world. Like, a policeman in Nigeria is asking my brother to bring the certificate that he received to have Binance on his phone, to do cryptocurrency, that he's meant to have a permit. These guys are so daft. And then when you talk about it, Nigerians are saying, oh, you are demarketing Nigeria. But Nigeria is already in shambles. At what point are you guys going to talk about the wars in Nigeria without you guys trying to manipulate other people? Nigeria is in shambles. In Nigeria, I feared the security agencies more than I feared thieves and kidnappers. Because at least I know that the thieves and kidnappers, they are real. That's what they are. But there is no need parading yourself in police uniform, but then you do just the exact thing thieves and kidnappers will do to me. I'm talking about my experience. So when you hear some Nigerians abroad say stuff like, I can never live in Nigeria, or it's not because we don't love Nigerians. It's not because we don't love Nigeria. Sadly, the things that we've seen in Nigeria, we don't want to. That night that I was in the trunk of the Toyota Matrix, I decided that I will not raise my children in Nigeria. Like, because when I called my dad and I told my dad, this is what happened, my dad began to cry. My father, who's 60 plus, began to cry. He was sobbing like a child. He was like, so this is how I would have just lost you. He was crying. And then in that moment, I'm like, wait a minute. If I don't leave this country, this is what I'll have to face with my child. In Nigeria, you can be arrested because you have tattoos, because you have dreadlocks, because just because you look good. And it is absolutely insane. It's gutting. And I don't understand the Nigerian people who want to keep on defending Nigeria. Everybody knows that Nigerians are great people. Nigerians are good people. Nigerians are great people. But the Nigerian government are not good people. That my younger brother had the EFCC come into his compound where he lives. Do you know how they got into the compound? They broke the CCTV cameras. It's a financial security agency. Is breaking the CCTV cameras, slapping people unwarrantedly, beating people up, and then at the end of the day they just go. And they came in with masks. Oh, for God's sake. Nigeria is a real crime zone. Nigeria is a crime zone. So when people who are abroad, we don't know what Kemi Badenoch has actually seen. She's just telling us bits and pieces here. We don't know the fullness of the things that she experienced in Nigeria. So let her talk. If the government is very embarrassed about what's happening and what people are saying, then fix up. The Nigerian government should fix up. Just fix up and everybody will be fine. Simple. I love Nigeria. I love the Nigerian people. But you know, one thing I have grown to accept is that my love for my life is not less than my love for Nigeria. So as much as I love Nigeria, I can have a long distance relationship with Nigeria as a state. With Nigerians, I absolutely love Nigerians. I think that we are one of the most phenomenal people in the world. But yeah, let Kemi keep on talking.
We have a number. We're going to you know, make it a go. Banka or worker. Call in a banka, call a badger, my borough banka. I mean, they give 100 naira. I don't look. I don't follow you. Go back. I want my software. Go back. If you want anything, maybe do it. I don't be like you. If you want, what's the problem? I want funny. Can you say only traffic offense? Also what? My child. Say you don't have money. I say me tomorrow. Say only over my. Oh yeah, action. I don't know for your man though, but I just they call me. There is the issue when they call me. I can't reach. I can't see him again with police. I can't ask him. They tell me say traffic offense. I tell me traffic offense. I can't follow it. May you leave the man. They be my member for more year. And more year they say they work. Nobody say no. They can't collect money on Friday. No, they stop it. No, me I look at how. No, they stop my people again. I can't follow it. They talk. The guy don't get money. Don't owe him for somewhere. Collect money from him. That's why I live on my own work. Won't go meet him for the place. I can't reach. I got to make collect the money I in hand. Even though if it is me, I will not pay anything. I swear to God. Okay, you can't reach now. You don't call the day for that side. I don't collect ticket 700 today. You don't collect ticket 700. You will still pay for that ticket. You gonna give you. I you will pay for the owner of the bike. You gonna give you collect that 100 and pay back. You gonna change it. How much are the changer? No grip for now. Talk the money or the changer. How much are the changer? Egon. How much are they don't know me for money? How much are the changer? Sorry, sir. How much are the changer? Make you give me. Oh yeah, sorry. Liver, I mean say liver. It's so useless. Amusu. Yeah, useless Amusu. Do you know the meaning of Amusu? Just for Ben. It's okay. Don't buy my phone your way. What's your way? I'm not. Liver. No. Now got the full talk. Just for Ben that I can do it. What's the way? No, they look face. No, they look face. You go where? You are the rich money. I don't tell. Give them their money now. Guys, stop this gentleman. Give them my money. Where is talking on the road here? It's talking. Where are you going? Eh? Kai, give back. Give them back their key. You guys are protecting civilians. How much are they earning on this project? You are connecting. Do you know me? Do you know me? Do you know me? Do you know me? Go on, even that. Do you know me? 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 Why is money on the road? Why is money on the road? Why?